Chapter 26. Sunday morning, just before sunup, Rena had finished packing the car. She closed the trunk, turned around, and bumped into Malanula. The girl was bundled head to toe, but she was still shivering. Rena said, "Don't tell me you were just in the neighborhood. I was just talking to Bagel Mania. It opens at 6. I was just walking to Bagel Mania. It opens at 6. It's in the opposite direction." When Malan didn't answer, Rena said, "Come in and warm up. It must be 10 degrees outside." "Where are you going?" Rena walked back to the house and opened the door. She let Melon in first. "We're going to Manhattan to visit family. Can I come?" "Not to visit your family, of course. I just want to get away from Needloff. I'm creeped out." McAdams stopped in his tracks when he saw Melon. "What are you doing here?" The young woman's eyes watered. "I must seem stalkery, kinda." Yes." Tears are rolling down her cheeks. "I'm sorry, I'm not myself." Dick came into the room. "Hey, what's up, Melon?" "She wanted to go to Manhattan with us," Serena said. "The answer is still the same about Eli's paper," Jacob said. "No, you can't have them." "It's not that. I just want to get away from the college. Everyone's staring at me like I had something to do with Dr. Belford's death." "Did you?" "No." She wiped the tears from her face with her coat sleeve. "No, I did not." "Do you have somewhere to stay in Manhattan?" Decker asked. "I can study at Columbia. They have a maths library. And I think Butler is open all the time." Silence. "I just want to be in the company of someone I trust for the most part." Not exactly a rousing endorsement for the most part. "Peter, could you help me in the kitchen, please?" Rena asked. Decker regarded his wife, trying to figure out what was on her mind. "Sure." After the door was closed, Rena said, "If she's truly frightened, I can understand her attachment to you and Tyler, and if she's faking it, it's probably better to keep her within reach." "Do you think she's faking it?" "I don't know, but what harm would it do to let her come with us? For one thing, she's still a suspect. For all I know, she's going to make a break for it." "While riding in your car." McAdams walked in. "If it's a tie vote, I vote no." "There you have it," Decker said. "You're outvoted. Didn't you just tell me that she was unjustly treated at your school, old school, Tyler? They graduated her early, gave her glowing recommendations for college, and gave her a paying job. It sounds like she's had to work for everything she's gotten." "Like most people," Decker said. "Oh, come on, guys. Stop being so hard-hearted. It's not professional. This isn't LA. Peter, no one's going to report you to LA. If she goes with us, I'm not sitting next to her," McAdams said. "I'll sit with her in the back seat," Rena said. "Where does Dr. Belford's brother live?" "In Brooklyn. Columbia's way out of the way." "So drop her off at NYU. On a long pause, then Decker said, "She's not coming for dinner." "I agree," Rena said, "but we can pick her up before we leave for Greenberry." Decker shook her head. "Why are you always taking in strays and oddballs?" "I don't know," Rena said. "I guess I feel sorry for underdogs. Sometimes those dogs bite." "You're right," she shrugged. "Up to you." Decker sighed. "Is there any particular reason why we should take Melon to New York? She might be able to tell you the latest gossip, glean information from her." Decker looked at McAdams. "What do you think?" "Ordinary, I'd say no, but Rena's usually right about things." "Fine, we'll take her." Decker threw up his hands. Then he turned to Tyler. "Tell her she can come, but give her some ground rules." "Like what?" "Like no pumping for information. I'll get very annoyed if she does that. If she doesn't like it, she can stay where she is." "But say it nicely, Tyler," Rena said. "That may be beyond my job description." McAdams left. Decker turned to her. "Hopefully she isn't carrying any lethal weapons on her person. Tyler can pat her down before we leave," Rena said. "Good idea. The way he complains about his love life, it'll probably be the most action he'll see in a while." What is with you?" Decker exhaled. "Sorry." "You don't have to apologize for being grumpy. It's early in the morning. You haven't had your second cup of coffee. But I'm also wondering if there's anything on your mind." "No, I'm fine." "No, you're not. But that's okay. You can't be fine all the time. Just try not to give your grievances in front of the kids, please." "Yeah, that's not cool." He poured another cup of coffee for himself. "I'm slipping into old work habits." I paused. "I don't want you to think badly of me, like I'm incapable of relaxing." "So what if you are?" Rena slipped her arms around his neck. "Oh, you are tense." She gave him a quick massage. "Feels good, thank you." "No problem." She patted his neck and dropped her hands. "Look, Peter, I won't get mad at you for being a workaholic if you don't get mad at me for picking up strays. We're who we are at this age, and that's just that. Sure, whatever. Invite anyone you want for a showboat dinner, including the homeless guy who stands in front of frozen face yogurt. No, he may not come into my house. He smells. But I can buy him takeout once in a while. Then we have a a deal. We have a deal. On the ride to New York, Malin said, I heard you met with Dennis Tovard. When no one spoke, she said, I'm not asking questions, I'm making a statement. Decker turned into the highway. He and McAdams were in the front. News travelled fast in a small school. As everyone keeps reminding me, what else have you heard? I heard there'll be no questions asked. No, you can't ask questions, but we can. That seems inequitable. No one said life was fair, kid. It doesn't matter, Malin said. I have nothing to ask. Thanks for taking me. You're very welcome. It was Rena's idea. I figured, Malin smiled. Did you guys hear about the big showdown last night? What's that? McAdam asked. Rossa versus Talbot. They came to blows. Security had to break it up. McAdam turned around. Elaborate, please. It was in the dining hall around 8. I texted you and then I tried calling you afterwards, but it went straight to voicemail. McAdam took out a cell and made it face. I was studying. I forgot to turn it on. What happened, Malin? Decker asked. Apparently Rosa heard that you had visited Talbot and asked about Eli and what he was studying anyway. When I met with him, he was furious. Who was? Rosa. No, Talbot was. Rosa had caught him up and they got into a big fight. Did I tell you that Talbot took me on as my advisor? No. McAdams took out a paper pad and started writing down notes. Then, when did this happen? Friday. And Rosa approved it. This was part of the big fight, see. I was being shuffled around from professor to professor. Talbot was willing to take me on, but Rosa wouldn't approve it since he wasn't a maths professor. So Talbot appealed to the dean because of the unusual circumstances, and he totally got my thesis anyway. And the dean approved. Which dean? Just Shao? No, she's the dean of residency and student life, meaning housing, personal problems, illness, if you want to take a leave of absence, things like that. Talbot went to Dean Crane. Malcolm Crane. He's the dean of students, academics, and he approved it. Rosa went apeshit. He stormed into the dining hall where Dr. Talbot and I were having a thesis meeting and started screaming at him. It was wild. What went down? McAdam asked. Rosa was ballistic. He kept accusing Talbot of stealing his students. First Eli, and then me, and then he was keeping Eli's research from him, and that anything Eli did with Talbot belonged to him. And then Talbot started yelling back, screaming that Rosa wasn't fit to run a department and hadn't published anything meaningful since the Stone Age. And then they literally went nose to nose. That's when the pushing started. There was a lot of pushing and shoving, and a chair and a table got knocked down, and food was all over the floor, and each one said the other started it. Between you and me, Talbot started the shoving, but I didn't tell Security that. Rosa is an asshole. She turned to her and excuse my language. What happened after Security broke up the fight? Rosa stormed off. I heard they both met with Dean Crane. I don't know what was said, but Talbot called me about 2 hours later and told me both he and Dean Crane thought it would be in my best interest to switch to the physics department, which meant I would get a dual BA in physics and maths. But it would also mean that I'll have to take 4 classes in summer school to meet the physics requirements for a BA. But the good news is that the school should extend my scholarship. I'd also have to do a physics thesis, and I'm totally not thrilled about that either. I had no idea what to do. But then Talbot said I could carry on Eli's research once he cleared it with the dean, so that Rosa doesn't feel he owns it. Which he doesn't, so I don't need Eli's papers from you, because once Talbot clears it with Dean Crane, he'll give me the papers that Eli was working on. Fantastic, Decker said. So I really did want to come, just because I've creeped out, especially after what happened last night. You want to know what I think? Of course. I think Rosa is crazy enough to have killed Dr. Belford. Before I thought he was just a jerk. Now I'm not so sure. Certainly I wouldn't want to be alone with him, even in his office. He's totally unhinged. What about Talbot? McAdam asked. You said he would do the first push. Talbot was just reacting. When I spoke to him later, he was very calm. We're meeting on Monday at his office in the afternoon, unless you suspect him or something, in which case I'll wait until he has been cleared in your mind, because like I said to you, Detective Decker, I don't know who to trust at all in the school. All of us were walking around with this paranoia, which I suppose isn't really paranoia, because Dr. Belfort was murdered. Malin turned to Rena. Is there any coffee left? Do you think you need caffeine? McAdams said. Haha, I'm worried, because who wouldn't be worried after that? Besides, I hardly slept at all. I need something to keep me alert. Coffee's only going to make you shaky, Rena said. Why don't you close your eyes and take a nap? We're going to be in the car for a while. I'm not tired. Give it a try. Sure, why not? She took her backpack from the floor and pulled out her phone. She stuck a headphone jack into it and popped in earbuds. Then she sunk back and closed eyes. Within 10 minutes, she was sleeping deeply. McAdam said to Decker, "What do you think?" "I think all academics are crazy." "I could have told you that. What do you think of Rosa?" As he lowered his voice in further, "As our number one suspect, he's a big guy." Decker was also whispering. "Big enough to drag a body up the hill himself." They lifted lots of prints from the house. Mainly I'm interested in doorknobs that had been smeared but not wiped clean, which I found interesting, that someone would take the time to find the prints without a clean swipe. Someone with intelligence, very much so. This is the thing. They lifted a partial from the end table, where I found the hair and blood. I've been trying to enhance it to make it more readable, but we might just have to go with it. Tomorrow I'll start printing all the usual suspects: Rosa, Batra, Weisberg, Talbot, Farraga. What does he have to do with anything? I don't know what he does, but he was on Eli's committee. What about our little miss back there? Absolutely, Decker said. And what about Dean Xiao? Is she back from her conference yet? Let me check my phone and see if she called or texted. Oh, here we go. She texted me last night at 9 in her evening. Says she's back in town but can't talk because she's going into an emergency meeting with Dean Crane and the administration. Get her alibi for where she was on the night Katrina died so we can rule her out. She was at a mass conference. I think it was held in Atlanta. Then verify it. Get a statement from people who saw her. You think she has something to do with it? Not necessarily. We're just hunting everyone down. I'll call her now. McAdams punched in the numbers. Hello, Dean Zhao. This is Detective Tyler McAdams. I'm sorry to have to call you so early, but yes, I heard about the incident. How unfortunate. Okay, but I would still like to talk to you. No, I can't do it today either. How about sometime tomorrow? 12 will be fine. In the meantime, I'd like to talk to some people who saw you at the conference just to verify. No, it's strictly routine, just to eliminate you. Wait, hold on. McAdams took out a sheet of paper. Could you spell that for me again? Sure. You can text me, but in case I don't get reception, if you could just give me the names give the names to me now. James Warlock and Ralph Kidder. Do you have their phone number? Okay, text me the numbers. That's fine. Anyone else? Mary Mickelson. Thank you so much. By the way, what happened last night? What's the upshot? I mean, who owns what research? Okay, I understand. No, I was just curious. It's just that we're working with a suicide and a possible murder. I don't know if the argument is relevant. I'm just collecting facts, thank you. And you'll text me those numbers. McAdams looked at his phone. She hung up. She didn't like me poking around in what she called school affairs. All the more reason to get an alibi squared away, Decker said. She was one of the first people who asked to see Eli's papers. Kind of pushy about it too. McAdams said, do you think she was part of Belford's sideline? Maybe she was, or maybe she wasn't, and wanted a piece of the action. Rena leaned forward. Or maybe she was the one who ransacked Mellon's room looking for hidden papers. Decker said Rena wasn't in town and she's Chinese. How do you know she wasn't in town, and haven't you heard of makeup and a wig? When he didn't answer, Rena said, is she slender build? She is. McAdams said, he asked me to name another mystery woman. Rena said, don't get peeved when I make a suggestion. Decker sighed. You're right, it's a good suggestion. Just not one I was expecting. I've got a lot of suspects and nothing concrete. I'm sure Ryan Belford is going to be displeased by the progress of this investigation. It's only been a couple of days, Peter. No, it's been 4 days, 7 days since Eli committed suicide. God created the world in 7 days. You think I'd solve something by then? You can't work miracles, Peter. You're not God. And don't I know it?